If you're a lover of K-pop and romance dramas, you've probably heard the simple yet contentious King the Land. There's been a spur in recent Netflix K-drama releases to make romance dramas lengthier and more complex than necessary. Sometimes all you need is a good, straightforward storytelling, and that's what this chart-topping K-drama classic provides. Predictability while being infectiously funny. You don't need to shoehorn a romantic plot into the Titanic scenario to make an impression on audiences worldwide. In King the Land, we're guided through a fast-paced, enemies-to-lovers professional romance with a couple of contentious bumps along the way, starring Yoon-a as Chon Sarang and Jun-ho Gu-won. It's one of those relaxing, warm-spirited, and typical rom-com dramas, packed with prime-time comedy stretches and chin-wagging lovely moments. It keeps you fastened to your seats while sending Cupid arrows through your heart. King the Land may be a little conventional, as cited from several reviews, but this narrative of two hotel workers falling in love has become one of the year's biggest K-drama successes. Pressing questions. However, the pressing questions of whether there will be a second spin-off whereby we will see our beloved stars, to whom we've grown so attached, remains unclear. A second installment of King the Land is yet to be confirmed, but if the highly significant renewal announcement is made, we won't see the new episodes until late 2024 at the very least. The reality is that Korean dramas rarely last more than a single season, and the narrative of this drama, in particularly, feels tailor-made for a one-and-done installment, which we all strongly oppose. Netflix, if you're viewing this video, please make us a sequel. While there's been no official confirmation, the series' mind-blowing responses during its initial run makes it very probable that a renewal announcement will be made in 2024. The series was the most watched TV show on the streaming platform for July 17 to 23rd. Ultimately, totaling over 4.7 million total views in the long run. It's difficult not to submit to another offshoot of the show, as a similar situation played out in the Squid Game K-drama epic. So, who are the cast members we hope to see return, and who might make their debut in the upcoming Season 2 of this splendid K-drama classic? If Season 2 gets the go-ahead, we can look forward to seeing those dazzling faces we miss so much carrying on their roles. The main cast members expected to return are our Prince Charming, Jun-ho as Gu-won, the heir and head manager of King Hotel, the show's Cinderella, Yoon-a as Chon Sarang, the hotelier and the smile queen of King Hotel. Our on-screen best friend for us that watch the show, Go Won-hee as Oh Pyeon-hwa, Sarang's best friend and a King Air flight attendant. Kim Ga-eun as Kang Da-eul, a working mother and sales king of Alanga, a duty-free store affiliated with King Group. An Se-ha as No Sung-sik, Gu-won's friend and secretary. Kim Jae-won as Lee Ru-won, a flight attendant of King Air, and some other faces we're used to seeing in the first spin-off. We're also speculating on the arrival of fresh actors who would add sparkle to the show. Many rising and popular Korean actors appear to be expressing interest, implying that we may be in for much more than we can handle. Could the plot of Season 2 of this classic be based on the highlights of Season 1? First, the highlights. The romantic drama being praised as one of the most satisfying feel-good Korean dramas couldn't have possibly shut down the movie industry and left its largest fan base yearning for more if it hadn't put it together one hell of a series. The program generated a lot of attention from the start because of its stars, K-pop celebrities, and actresses Lee Jun-ho and Yoon-a, who fans had been desperate to see in a show together. We're drawn into the life of the earnest and dedicated Chon Sarang, which is Yoon-a, who aspires to work at the luxurious King Hotel. She quickly finds work there, and the King's group Sundir hire Gu-won, Jun-ho, and arrives on her first day. Jun-ho was a delight to watch. As Gu-won, he exudes swag and appeal simultaneously, which adds a lot of depth to his character. At the outset, their encounters are far from romantic. Sarang confuses Gu-won as a creep, and Gu-won can't stand Sarang's delightful smile, which she was specially groomed to excel at. As a teaser for the upcoming challenges, within the first few episodes, Sarang and Gu-won find themselves stuck at a beach village. There's an intricate rescue Gu-won pulls off in an obscure forest where Sarang is, and plenty of thoughtful elderly people lingering around who are only willing to help. King the Land, like its predecessors, does not avoid or or even attempt to avoid cliches. Instead, it rushes headfirst into all of them, exactly like other characteristics in feel-good dramas that perform well when they strike the mark, backing the reviews of its conventional approach. The inability of Sarang to pick up on what he's proposing, and Yoon-a's natural ability to draw off Jun-ho's energy sparked more entertainment in the classic. From beginning to end, King the Land is defined by the two characters' extremely emotional and infectious energy. One of the most notable conflicts in King the Land is Gu-won's frosty relationship with his older stepsister Gu Hwa-ran, who is hell-bent on gaining control of King Group and all of its subsidiaries. Gu-won is also shown hunting for his mother, who vanished while he was a young child. While there's a lot to understand here, the narrative doesn't try to wallow in the inheritance feud until the last couple of episodes, when things are impulsively wrapped up in unappealing redemption arcs. Won's and Sarang's buddies provide backing in the comedy category. Their roles genuinely contributed to the natural pace of the refreshing show. The cheerful Sarang is always backed up by her sales manager, Gang Dae-eul, Kim Ga-eun, the flight attendant, Oh Pyung-hwa, Go Won-hee, with the honest openness of girlfriend pairs. These pals throw jokes off each other. Their solid friendship permits them to annoy each other on some level without having long-term implications. And when Won meets Da-eul and Pyung-hwa, trying to keep his true identity hidden from them demonstrates to be yet another source of humorous brilliance, which every fan of the series agrees on. No Sung-sik, played by An Se-ha, Won's friend and assistant, is the most silly of the three. Se-ha always manages to find an ideal approach to timing to a scene before thoroughly controlling the podium, whether partnered only with Jun-ho or with the whole group. Not to take credit from others, but there's no denying Se-ha knows how to make the most out of any situation. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. While romance is the primary inspiration in Season 1 of King the Land, morals must be learned. The series' overriding theme constantly prioritizes the concerns of the heart over what is required of ourselves. That not to make an unnecessary compromise for those who will abandon you as soon as they have the opportunity, all of the characters must contend with the cruel nature of the workplace traditions over their individual demands, as seen most prominently in the corporate context surrounding King properties. There are lengthy chunks where nothing seems to happen, similar to 2018's Crazy Rich Asians, and the show seems quite satisfied to concentrate its attention on the leads, who are happily in love with no significant tension in sight or serious conflicts to resolve. However, we get to see Gu-won and his substance after episode 12 when he's engaged in his hotel projects. We then go deeper into Sarang's feelings about the inconsistency and difficulties in her new profession. As the show builds up, Gu-won changes from a cranky, isolated chaebol to someone passionately involved in the welfare of his staff due to the connecting with and falling for Sarang. The warmth of seeing Sarang and Gu-won as a couple are exceptionally communicative and provide encouragement for one another, proved another special benefit of the remarkable show. Season 1 of King the Land concludes with Gu-won and Sarang getting married in a dreamy and magical wedding at the very King the Land, where their love blossomed. Potential plot of Season 2. Following the exciting events of Season 1, Season 2 could be even better. Fans can expect to see more of Gu-won's attempts to sustain his identity and fight for his life away from the demands of his family. Furthermore, the character's love story is bound to blossom further, bringing hardships and butterfly moments. As time goes on, we'll keep you posted on developments of the potential sequel to the compelling series, particularly the new K-drama actors that will be integrated into the film crew. I'm unsure if they can hear us, but we fans can't wait for another exhilarating adventure into another fantastic classic of the series, where we will all once again sit as kings. We are the kings of the land. In conclusion, the second season of King the Land is anticipated to premiere on television in early 2025 or later in 2024 if renewed. From the creation of the stage design to the scheduling of multiple different staff members, the show requires a substantial amount of planning. Let's cross our fingers that Netflix is willing and able to pay for one of 2023's best rom-com programs. From what it's worth, we hope so, and we'll keep you posted.